Hello class 7. If you have followed my uploaded videos previously, then you all know that I have uploaded a video of Kingdom of Classification for Kingdom Animalia beforehand. Now today a part was left from that chapter, the initial part, the introductory part, and the other 4 kingdoms classification. So this is actually there in your syllabus, and hopefully you have heard that your syllabus has been cut short by the council, by the board, because of this kind of an adverse situation. So I'm going as per the syllabus, and this part is also there in your syllabus in the same chapter. So today I'm starting with that introductory part. Okay, taxonomy. You have to know what is taxonomy, the functional branch of biology dealing with the identification, nomenclature and classification of living organisms is called taxonomy. This is actually the part of the classification only. When we are identifying an object, when we are naming them, naming is the nomenclature, and we are classifying the living organisms, then we call that branch of biology as taxonomy. Carolus Linnaeus from 1707 to 1778 is known as the father of taxonomy because he had introduced the term taxonomy. Classification: the systematic grouping of organisms into categories on the basis of their similar and dissimilar characteristic and structural relationships is called classification. This definition is also very important, students, because when we are studying about classification, kingdoms of classification, then we definitely need to know the proper definition. Now, Robert H. Whittaker, this name you have to remember because he was the scientist who had given at first the 5 kingdoms of classification, because Linnaeus had previously classified all the living organisms into broadly 2 categories. One was kingdom Plantae, another is kingdom Animalia. But afterwards, it has been observed that there are lots of organisms which are not falling under kingdom Plantae either or kingdom Animalia. In that case, Robert H. Whittaker had given 5 kingdoms of classification. The first kingdom was kingdom Monera. Main characteristics were unicellular, prokaryotic, example bacteria, blue-green algae. Now, pro means primitive and karyotic means, karyos means nucleus. That means primitive nucleus, not a well-defined nucleus they had. They had a structure known as nucleoid. Nucleoid, nucleoid. Please jot it down. The next kingdom was kingdom Protista, unicellular and eukaryotic. U means true, karyos means nucleus. That means from Protista onwards, we are getting all the organisms which are having true nucleus or a proper nucleus. Example, protozoans, algae. Kingdom Fungi, multicellular and eukaryotic, example mushroom. Kingdom Plantae, multicellular, eukaryotic, autotrophic nutrition, because they have chloroplast and they can perform photosynthesis, and they also have a cell wall made up of cellulose, cellulose, cell wall made up of cellulose, example plants. Next kingdom is kingdom Animalia, multicellular, eukaryotic, example all the animals. Now, kingdom Monera, they comprises microscopic unicellular prokaryotic organisms commonly known as bacteria. There are many shapes of bacteria. According to their shapes, they have been named rod-shaped or bacilli, spherical shaped or cocci. Cocci can be singular. Cocci can stay as pair like diplococci, in chains like streptococci, and in clusters like staphylococci. Spiral shaped or spirilla, vibrios or comma shaped bacteria. Now we need to know what are the useful actions of bacteria. There are many useful bacteria around us. First, they are important for the formation of curd, lactobacillus. They help in the formation of curd. Natural scavengers, that means they can grow on dead organisms and can decay them. Decompose the organic waste. They make many antibiotics. You know what are antibiotics? The medicines which we take for our flus, for our fever, for cough and cold. Okay. Formation of manure. I have given 5 points, students, because maximum you can get 5 marks question. So 5 points. Harmful action of bacteria. It causes diseases in plants. Example, citrus canker, potato scab, etc. Diseases in humans. There are many diseases. I have just given 2 examples: cholera, plague, etc. Spoilage of food, rotting of fruits, vegetables, etc. Next is kingdom Protista. They are unicellular, they are eukaryotes, that means true nucleus. Locomotory organelles. They have many locomotory organelles. Example, pseudopodia, cilia, flagella, right? Cell or plasma membrane present to cover the body, cell wall absent. Respiration and excretion takes place through the body surface. Example, amoeba, paramecium, and another example is there which is an exceptional case, that is euglena. Why euglena is an exceptional case? Because they have the chloroplast in them, which amoeba and paramecium doesn't have. And chloroplast means definitely they can perform photosynthesis. Next, kingdom fungi. I hope students, you all have heard about mushrooms. Mushrooms are also fungi. They are eukaryotes, they are multicellular, they are parasitic or saprophytic, filamentous body, having mycelium, like root-like structures. They are actually not the roots like plants, but they are root-like looking. Filament, singular filaments like hyphae. Cell wall present, do not contain chlorophyll. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition, because they do not have chlorophyll, so they cannot perform autotrophic nutrition. Reproduction by spore formation. What are the important fungi? Like yeast is useful for making food, yeast for production of alcohol. Some mushrooms are edible. Medicines are prepared by penicillin, and antibiotic from Penicillium notatum. This is the name of a particular fungi. We are getting penicillin, a very important antibiotic, right? Harmful effects. Now, harmful effects are: some fungi causes skin diseases. In plants, diseases like loose smut of wheat, potato blight, etc. Okay, next is spoil food, shoes, wooden material, causing athletes food diseases. Next is kingdom Plantae. Now, kingdom Plantae, I have given a classification. Mainly 2 broad classifications. One is cryptogams, another is phanerogams. Cryptogams means those which are absence of flower, fruits and seeds. Phanerogams, presence of flower, fruit and seeds. Cryptogams again can be divided into 3 parts: Thallophyta, Pteridophyta, Bryophyta. And phanerogams, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Gymnosperms means with naked seeds, that means without a seed cover. And angiosperms, that means seeds are covered. Now, angiosperms can be again of 2 types: dicotyledonous and monocotyledonous. Thallophyta means it consists of algae and fungi. Actually, primitively it was thought that thallophytes means algae and fungi, those who have thallus like body. Bryophyta example moss, Markensia. Pteridophyta example ferns, Lycopodium. Phanerogams, gymnosperms, example cycas and pica. Pica means you know the Christmas tree. And angiosperms, that is dicots and monocots. Already we know dicots means those which have two cotyledons inside the seed, and monocots means those which have one cotyledon inside the seed, right? So this are the other four kingdoms of classification, students, other than animalia. It's a big chapter, but I have tried to give you a very brief view. Please go through it, go through my notes, jot it down. Whatever you have problem, you can come up with that in the comment box. Thank you.